Welcome once again to the Party of One podcast, the actual play RPG podcast where the gaming table is always set for two. I'm your host as always, Jeff Stormer, and this week on the show, we are joined by Chris Sellers for a game of Raccoon Sky Pirates. Raccoon Sky Pirates, well, the title pretty much tells you everything you need to know. You are a team of raccoons, you are flying an airship made of junk pillaged from a scrapyard, and you are going to sail that pirate ship, that flying pirate ship, into the suburbs, into a house, to steal everything that's not nailed down and then fly your way out of it. The only catch is, well, like I said, you are a team of raccoons, and therefore, well, your actions aren't the most coordinated or intentional, and you're not really built for sky piracy, but you'll figure it out. It'll be fine. I loved playing Raccoon Sky Pirates. I think it's a really charming, high energy, engaging, cute, and fun game. I really loved playing it. I really think that you'll love listening to the game that we played. You can find more information about Raccoon Sky Pirates in the show notes. Now, before we dive in, a quick thank you to our latest Patreon backers, Steph Beckfay and Dale Blackburn. Thank you so much for supporting the show, as well as the games that I create, the podcasts, all that kind of good stuff. The Patreon really is the best way to tangibly support all of it at once. If you would like to support the Patreon, you can head to patreon.com/JeffStormer, get early access to episodes, unedited audio, all kinds of good stuff. Patreon.com/JeffStormer. And with all that said, let's throw it over to me in the past so that he can get started with the show. Take it past me. Thanks, future me. This week, I am so excited to be sitting down with Chris Sellers. Chris, thank you so much for coming on Party of One.
Thanks for having me.
I am so excited for this recording today. This is going to be a ton of fun. Why don't, at the top of the show, you take a moment as the designer of this week's game to let our lovely listeners at home know about what we are playing this week, as well as anything else that you've got going on that you might want them to know about.
Okay, great. Yeah, this game is Raccoon Sky Pirates, and I made it as part of a Kickstarter in 2021, and I'm really excited about it. So, I'm also working on a sort of queer Conan-esque fantasy Mediterranean game that, with any luck, will be done at the end of 2022. But yeah, I'm just so hyped about raccoons flying a ship made of trash, and I'm just trying to tell the world.
Love it. I love it. It's wonderful. Beautiful. Perfect. That makes me extremely happy. The premise is pretty much an instant sell. I don't know if there's anything that we need to say that really isn't covered by the title, which frankly, I appreciate a good descriptive title that lets me know what we're about to get into. So I think we can go ahead and dive right in. I believe we are picking some characters, and walk us through the process. Why am I taking the wheel when I am blessed with having the designer here in front of me? Walk us through the game.
Yeah, okay. So you make characters. There are 6 raccoon characters with names predefined, and you sort of either pick lists for them. Each of them has their own list of 12 actions, because what you do in this game is random. So you roll on a d12, and you have a general aim, but you see what you're going to do. So first we make our characters, make them more specific and suited to us, and then we build a ship out of trash. Well, it's going to be made out of, I use a wrecked car, an old carnival ride, and a home appliance. And we pick those, and we pick some other attributes of the ship, and then we start in the junkyard, and we move across this neighborhoods map, neighborhood by neighborhood, until we get to a suburban house. And so there's going to be these 4 scenes, and then a wrap-up scene at the end.
I love it.
Scene 1, get to the house. Scene 2, get in the house. Scene 3, steal everything we can before the residents wake up. And then Scene 4, flee into the night.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And so our 6 characters, I'll read them off the names and titles of them real quick. We have Brisket Jack, the swashbuckler. We have Maria XXL, the Colossus. We have Vibrissa, the inventor. We have Torch Key, the daring thief. We have Kit, the littlest raccoon. And we have Rabies Eddie, the untamable beast. Are there any of these particular Raccoon Sky Pirates that you are really feeling, that you really feel like jumping into today? Because we can kind of match out what's going to be the best sort of two different raccoons to pair off of each other. I think will be the best place to start.
I have a soft spot for Vibrissa, the inventor.
I like that a lot. I'm feeling that. That wasn't the one that I was going to immediately go with, so I'm glad that you threw that out. Because, admittedly, Brisket Jack, the swashbuckler, feels... It's the vibe that has been in my head, and it's kind of the energy that I want to bring to this particular recording, and I think those two... I think those two characters, I feel like Inventor and Swashbuckler are two characters that will bounce nicely off of each other. I think that's going to build some fun scenes together.
Awesome.
So we are going to give ourselves some pronouns. I'm going to say Brisket Jack's pronouns are he, they.
Right on. The Brisses are she, her.
Cool. Love it. The look that I am giving for Brisket Jack is rotund and tout. I like... that's the vision that I have of a raccoon in my head. I picture a little bit on the short side, a little bit on the fat side. I picture a sash. I picture a sash and a belt. I think that's kind of, and I'm kind of envisioning what is, I think, two. You ever been to Red Lobster? You know the little you know the little swords they have at the Red Lobster, the toothpick swords? Yes. I picture two of them, one on each side of their belt is what I imagine.
Awesome. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think I'm going to be, my look is fur puffed with static.
I feel like that's good. I like that.
What is one thing you want to steal, and how could that improve life in the junkyard?
What is one thing that I want to steal?
This will help give you a focus when we get to the house.
Right. I'm thinking, I want, what's a fun, I'm trying to look around my bedroom where I'm recording and trying to decide what the most fun thing to steal is. I'm going to say an air conditioner so we can be cool and comfy.
Nice. Yes, that would really improve things around here.
I feel like, you know, the humans have these big giant air conditioners. I mean, you could fit an entire raccoon in front of one of these big air conditioner window units, and I think that's just going to be a good. That, you know, we put that in the junkyard. We put it against a fence, and frankly, we could just, you know, three of us could curl up in front of it and just be cool and comfy throughout the day.
Right on. Yes. Awesome. I'm gonna say, I think I'm gonna say a microwave. So that we can heat ourselves up when we need to. I don't really understand microwaves, but I've heard they're revolutionary.
I love it. So. I love it. We're going to pick a personal goal. I've chosen mine is Brisket Jack wants to steal a large chunk of meat. I like that specifically because the other two options of stage a daring rescue, successful or not, or win fame and glory, I like steal a large hunk of meat because it implies a level of deviousness of the other two options feel maybe a little bit more typical Jeff Stormer character in terms of the fame chasing weirdo or the would-be hero. And I kind of like, I mean, if I'm thinking about crime, I'm thinking about one specific crime story. And so I'm just going to bring it up now and have it on mic because I think it's important. So that the listeners and so that you know where I ground myself in when I think about tonally speaking crime stories, I am picturing a little bit of a green jacket Lupin as opposed to the more traditional wacky red jacket Lupin the Third, which is to say one that's a little bit more devious and just a little bit more dangerous and not altogether lovable. And I think that's the direction that I picture Brisket Jack in, is criminal ambition to the nth degree.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. My personal goal is to, I'm going to say, find just the thing for my next project.
I like that. And now we are going to pick our relation. We're going to ask each other a relationship question. I'm going to ask you, why do you look to me for leadership? Is that really a good idea?
I think I look to you for leadership because, you have ambition. You understand that we can make this junkyard even junkier. And not all raccoons get that. I'm not sure it's really a good idea, but good or not, I think I've placed my faith in you. We can electrify this place.
I like that.
Something.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Okay. This is my relationship question. You've been my eager test pilot before. What happened to my most recent invention?
It worked too well. It was a flying machine.
Awesome.
This is not our first sky ship.
Not for Sky Rodeo. Okay.
I think it was. I think it was pulling on another crime story thread. I am thinking about. I'm thinking about Cowboy Bebop, and I'm thinking about the second ship. The name of which escapes me. I want to say it's the Scarecrow or the Sidewinder. The one that like Spike flies. That's inside of the Bebop.
Oh yeah.
I imagine we had that for the Swordfish. That's the name of it. I imagine we had for exactly one job a secondary ship that was like a one-person piloted vessel, and obviously I'm the test pilot for it. I'm the most competent. Look at these paws. Look at these paws. Do you see any shaking in these paws? And it worked. It flew. We don't know where it is now. It's off. It didn't. It started going up, and at a certain point, I had to make the eject, and the ship did not go. When I made the eject, the ship did not go down, and just kept going up. And, you know, I have to assume it is merely one of the stars in the night sky now. Like, it just continued flying, and, you know, there was the anime twinkle, and then that was that. Like, it was gone. And so that's kind of where that ship ended up.
All right. Yeah, that's good. So you, at a certain point, you decided you were not going to become one of the stars in the night sky.
No. I've decided I have much bigger and better things to do.
Fortunately, raccoons can fall from very high up.
Oh yeah,
and just be fine. I don't understand it.
I mean, you know, if no one else can, Brisket Jack can, because I'm amazing. Like that, I simply landed and was fine. I don't know why anybody thought that wouldn't be the case.
Awesome. Okay.
So those are our characters. I think these two have a good dynamic.
Yes. Okay, so let's build the ship.
Yeah.
So over here on the ship sheet, we just alternate answering questions. How does the ship float?
How does the ship float? I'm thinking of Vibrissa, and I'm thinking. I don't think it's swamp gas, hot air, hydrogen, or helium. I think it's got to be some kind of mechanical energy. I'm gonna say Tesla coils is fun. That's a fun visual. Just two big Tesla coils shoved into the back of a car is like a very fun aesthetic, and I think like it doesn't give us a great picture of like how they have elevated a ship. But that visual of the coils going and the line of lightning between them starts crackling, and then the ship just kind of hovers into the air.
Yeah,
is like a good aesthetic, and I think that's about as much as we know. Maybe Vibrissa has tried to explain to Brisket Jack how it works, and they've just been like, no, it works. I really don't care about the rest. I will say
maybe it's like the ship in the Matrix.
Yeah, that's kind of the visual that I get. That's kind of the vibe that I get. I will say there's an option on here that is magnets, and I'll probably beep that because I feel like this is a family-friendly episode, and it's funnier if I beep it. But I do think that magnets is how the other one flew. Is how the secondary ship flew. And I think Brisket Jack has made the executive decision that we're not doing magnets again.
Yeah, I think we know better than to do that again because they just kept going. Yeah. So just a few adjustments to the ship, bang on a few things, insert Tesla coils. It's fine.
Which wrecked car is our ship?
I think it's the Cadillac DeVille, 57 Cadillac DeVille. That thing can withstand anything.
Oh, beautiful car. Oh, I love that. That's fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, what's left of it,
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%. We're not getting all of the 57 DeVille. Traditionally, these human cars have wheels.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't need them because traditionally they don't fly because they're cowards.
Yeah, where we're going, we don't need roads.
Exactly.
You coward, you humans. Yeah. Which home appliance is in our ship?
Which home appliance is in our ship? Oh, I like that it's a food processor. I think that's
Awesome.
that's just the one that has put the biggest smile on my face, so that's the one that I'm going with. Which carnival ride is in our ship?
Okay, so there's an octopus, a gravitron, and a zipper. Do you have a clear image of those? I put drawings in the book, but
Let me. I can pop that open. Let me fly over to where that is.
so the octopus is like it's got these arms coming out of a central base, and they rotate around, and it's got little cars on the end.
Oh yeah. I know the octopus.
So I'm going to go with the octopus.
Good. I love that.
Reach out with long arms. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, and also, there are two. So we've got 7 liabilities. We can turn 2 of them into strengths. Do you want to be fast or quiet or sturdy?
Big and obvious feels right. I want this to be a large, obvious ship. That feels good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, are you feeling one of the? There's a couple that I'm floating towards, but I
think it makes sense if we are sturdily armored.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think the other one that I want to change is I want to change hard to steer into maneuverable. I picture that this has the steering wheel has been replaced with a wooden captain's wheel that has been it's plastic. It's from a toy boat, but it has a captain's wheel because I am the captain of this vessel, and so I steer it. I steer it, and this ship is an extension of my being, and I am frankly the best pilot that's ever lived, and therefore I pilot it pretty well. It doesn't go very fast, and it makes a lot of noise, but it's a smooth ride.
Excellent. Yes, the dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Our beautiful, beautiful ship. Okay, then we are almost ready to go. We just gotta deal ourselves each 3 cards from the first scene's deck of cards, and we get to play one of these per scene when we roll an unhelpful action that we want to make helpful and avoid the consequences. But it's always borrowing trouble from the future, because when we do have to mark a problem, if we've played a card that has the next problem, we have to mark that problem too. So it can escalate things really quickly. And we can go through that again if that ends up being, relevant.
Right.
And then we go over to the scenes tab there, the online tools,
yep.
And we push off from the junkyard. And
all right.
Gotta find our way toward one of these houses. Do you have a house in mind?
Let me look at our houses. With what we're looking for a microwave. We're looking for a microwave and an air conditioner. Kind of want to sail towards that McMansion.
Sure, go
or
bigger,
perhaps,
go home.
Yeah. I think that's the way to go. I think we are stealing from the rich here.
Excellent, awesome. Okay, all right. So we'll just alternate turns. In order to move from one space to another on this map, we've got to roll. So what you pick an approach from one of your 3 adjectives at the top of your sheet, and you roll, and you see if your action is tagged with that approach. If it is,
okay.
Great. Otherwise, the problems start.
And this is a D12, yes?
Yeah.
Got it.
And the 12 is always bad.
Got it.
On the dice that come with the game, or the die that comes with the game, there's a raccoon face on the 12.
I love it. I love it. Should we go through our first few scenes, our flying the ship scenes, and describe everything?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
I can kick off if you want.
Yeah, go for it. Kick off.
Okay, all right. I'm going to try to get us to the from the junkyard to the electrical substation, and I'm going to pick cunning as my approach. And I got an 8, which is inventive, but not cunning. So that's gonna be a problem. But also, I wanted to say we should start with one problem checked already.
All right.
On the house and the ship, so that the ship is already straining, and when we get to the house, we will already have been noisy. Just because of the 2 players, you gotta escalate things a little bit.
Right.
Okay, so to get to the electrical substation, I did not roll what I wanted, so I'm going to play a complication card that says that the full moon reveals our ship to anyone who looks up. We're making noise. So that means we don't have to mark a problem on the ship sheet, and everything's fine. It's just we're kind of out in the open here.
Okay, so the full moon has revealed our ship, which I think is a beautiful opening. It's a quiet night in the suburbs. It is a quiet night in the suburbs, and suddenly everyone looks up, and there is a '56 Cadillac with giant Tesla coils sticking out of it, bursting across the full moon like in the climax of E.T. There are just an overwhelming sound of electrical feedback as we rocket through the air. And I think I am going to use deft, because I think I am just almost like I am doing this a little bit with a little bit intentionally, right? Like putting it in the light of the moon. Let them know we're coming, putting on if we were doing this under the shadow of night, no one would know that it was us, and where's the fun in that? So I'm kind of lightly batting at the captain's wheel, at the boat wheel, and sort of like gliding the ship along in the way to like makes it look as good as possible. So I think that's deft.
Awesome.
I am gonna roll. I rolled a 10. Move yourself or the ship to a new place. That is deft and also the perfect action for where we are. So I think we fly right over to these office buildings. I think I am taking us through. As many places with people, like packed with people, as possible.
Okay.
And kind of just like cackling as I do it, like, let them see that we're coming. What are they going to do to stop us?
Well, yeah. Well, indeed. What's the worst that could happen?
What is the worst that could happen?
Okay, I'm going to try to move this a little further and do something inventive. Let's see. I got a 3, which is cunning, not inventive. It says use trash for something clever. I've played a card already this scene, so I can't do that again. So we got problems. We got a small problem. The helm problem. The ship is noisy, makes a mess, or gets caught. Mm-hmm. So, clearly it's noisy. I mean, I think we're probably setting fire to a couple trees with the electricity from the Tesla coil. Since I played the wrong card, I should have played a different card, but I played a noise card, so we have to mark that problem also, which means we've attracted the attention of the neighborhood watch. A bunch of quadcopter drones with spotlights and bullhorns and guns and grappling hooks. So that's a problem now, but it'll be fine. We can outrun these guys. Little golf carts going on the streets below, meddling neighbors. It's fine.
I am going to.
Oh, but I moved this. I still move this.
So I think what happens is I think that we've got golf carts underneath, and the ship is hovering overhead. Describe to me what it means to take a ship, one of our ship actions.
That means you can make use of you can absorb shocks with a Cadillac DeVille, or cut through anything with a food processor. or reach out and get something from a distance with the octopus.
Because I think exactly what is going to happen is we are being chased by a golf cart. And I think as I am going to... The action that I'm taking is...
you don't know the action you're going to take.
All right. Well, I think the approach I'm trying to take is stylish. Because I think that is what has happened is... what I want to posit is 100% that somebody has... that one of these golf carts has grapple hooked onto the thing. And I am going to dispense of this in the most stylish way possible because, like, this is a moment to put on. This is a moment to really let them know that we're coming and let them know that we're not to be taken lightly.
Awesome. Yes.
That is a 7, which is deft, which is not what I wanted. I got aim and launch something. Let me look at my complication cards. I am actually going to play a complication card.
Awesome.
Because I think the perfect follow-up for this is air traffic control is contacting us. As we are being chased, we have been grappled and we're just dragging along this car. I think I think this is probably a good thing to throw over to Vibrissa as probably you are manning the comms.
Mm-hmm.
Air traffic control is like, hello? I don't know how to. Are you flying a car? Is that? I don't really have it in my notes what to say here, but can you stop that?
That's a no can do. We are bound for trash. We're fine. How are you? Yeah.
Not good? Please. Okay. All right.
No. This is, we're just going to continue through this airspace. It's good. I mean, he probably he hears is like, yes. And I think your action was to aim and launch something.
Yes.
So, we could eject something at the golf cart. Right?
So I think I know what my plan was, and I think I know what I want to launch at it to have it go, wrong. My plan was to slice this rope with the food processor.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that, I don't know if it was a new invention or if I just don't know how to use the food processor, but my plan is to slice the rope, but instead I just end up launching a currently whirring food processor at this golf cart, and it just crashes into the engine and just starts tearing into metal and engine and gasolines and fuel lines, and it's not great.
It's kind of beautiful.
It's gorgeous. I love it.
I think that golf cart is much improved by the blazing fire coming out of its little engine compartment.
That's what I think, but I'm guessing they might not feel the same way.
Well, you'll know better than to mess with us again, I think. Well, they probably won't, but that guy will.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Air traffic control. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the strip mall. I'm gonna do it YOLO. I got a 3, which is cunning but not YOLO. I use trash for something clever, so I'm gonna get us to the strip mall by I know I'm gonna release a bunch of metal parts from the trunk of the Cadillac, and the Tesla coils are just going to throw them far away from us. There's a crackle of electricity, and that's going to shove us southeast there where we want to go.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
And, the parts are raining down on the neighborhood watch. It's a mess.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We just gotta lose them long enough to get into this house. It'll be fun.
Which now brings me to how I am going to take us home and bring us to this McMansion. The way that I'm going to do that is, I think now it's time to do it cunning. It was before it was. Now that we've made our entrance, it's time to be serious and on the job. So it's time to get cunning. It's time to drop a lot of the. It's time to drop the nonsense. And that is a 5. Which is cunning and deft, which is cutting something or tying something together. Hey, would you look at this? We've got this nice grappling hook from that car that we destroyed.
That's right. It's not doing anything now.
It's not doing anything, so we can latch this right onto the house and just give this one good strong throw. It's already connected to our ship, and so it's already got this giant hunk of metal that is the actual grappling gun that they fired it from that's been dragging along and is half destroyed on the ground. So we just throw that and latch that onto the house, and then we're tethered and we're ready to go, and then we can just crawl along that tether, and then we're inside.
Perfect.
Win, frankly. This is why you're
the captain.
This is why we're the best Raccoon Sky Pirates there ever were.
Okay, sweet. Okay, so we're there. So that's the end of scene 1. And we... the cards that were in play stay in play because they'll be relevant in scene 4. But send your cards back and let's get 3 cards each for scene 2.
All right. So yeah, we I think the scene is very quickly. Do we need to roll for this? What are we rolling, or are we just kind of describing how we slide in?
Well, we still roll because we never really know quite what we're going to do. And we've got a new problem track, which is with the house.
Got it.
Yeah. So, who went last time?
I was the last person that went on the street, so I think it'll go to you.
Okay, great. We've got this grappling hook. I just need to stop the ship somehow. So I'm gonna do this the inventive way. That was an 11, which is cunning, and the action is reveal that things are not what they seemed. So the grappling hook is connected to the house, but it's actually connected to a moving part of the ship, and like a big wheel that I'm not even sure what it's doing, but it's winding up the grappling hook line, and we're actually moving faster toward the house. And if we're not careful, we might hit that chimney. So let me see what cards I have. I'm gonna play the gutters and drain pipes are coming loose. So we don't have to mark a problem. I guess I stopped the wheel just before, it's already torn off the drain pipes, but we managed not to hit the chimney, so that's good news.
And I am sliding along this sort of zip line, and when I start to feel myself going faster, really that's when I'm just gonna hop off. I am gonna use my intention here is to use deft. So I'm going to roll for deft. That is a 10. And that is deft. Move yourself or the ship to a new place. The wheel that I tied it to was obviously the steering wheel. And so when it starts winding up, like it starts sending us along faster, I'm on the zip line and I just give it a tug. And the ship kind of does like a whirligig and a flip. And it kind beautiful. Of untethers it. Like I said, this ship is an extension of my being. Like I am the dumpster fire. So like it flips. Like we see it in midair. This giant, clunky, slow, noisy, electricity firing ship lights 2 more trees on fire as it does this beautiful whirligig. It is, after all, easy to maneuver. It does a flip. It untangles, it slides, and I kind of like jump off and do a little bit of a twist and a flip as we approach the house.
Beautiful. Wow. Just I feel like trash animals everywhere. I should just applaud.
That's why I am the greatest raccoon sky pirate there ever was.
So we just need to get in the house, and then we can move on to the next scene. I'm going to. I don't know how I'm going to get in because I got to roll, but I'm going to do this in a YOLO way. Only live once. And it's 11. That was 11 again. Cunning. Reveal that things are not what they seemed again. So, what looked like a seam between the roof and the walls of the house is actually the chimney. The chimney is not a real chimney. It's just
it's a fake chimney. It's there for show. Sure.
Yeah. So so I can't get anywhere because there's no there. But I make a lot of noise in the process. And I wake up the dog. So now there's a lot of barking coming from inside.
I am going to use cunning to get inside. That is a 10. That is deft. That is another 10. That is deft. So I make a bunch of noise. My plan is to use cunning, but what ends up happening is the ship is still like flying around. And, there are trees on fire, which means there are fire alarms, which means that let me look at my complication sheets. Oh, here we go. I've got a card for this.
Excellent.
The ship has gotten tangled up in the house's power line, and it might hit the chimney. So you are stuck in this fake chimney, and and as I am pulling this and and doing my flips and my sort of sky ballet, I kind of pull on the rope too much and send the ship square into a power line, which causes a power outage in half of the neighborhood because Tesla coils hit power lines, and then really the whole neighborhood goes up. And the ship crashes, takes off the entire fake chimney, and you have just kind of ducked down, and now you are just sort of standing on empty roof.
But that's perfect, because now there's a big opening into the house.
Exactly.
But that's brilliant. That's real lateral thinking. Okay, so we've got an opening into the house. That's good. We can finish it. We can wrap up this scene and move on to the next one. And we can move over to the house sheet. Down there's the McMansion is the big map in the bottom right.
Got it.
Okay, so we're coming in on the second floor, looking like we're coming in to the primary bedroom.
Okay,
so
sure.
Let's not wake anybody up. Yeah, or wherever.
That works. I think primary bedroom works. I like that. That's a good energy, especially people are already up and kind of scrambling. I think that's a fun place to throw us right into the thick of it.
All right. The humans aren't awake yet, but we can probably fix that. Okay, so we've got things we want to get from this house. Just got to find them and get them back. So, I'm in here. I'm going to make my way down the stairs into the kitchen. I mean, if I roll well. I'm going to do this in a cunning way. I got a 1, which is cunning and YOLO. So manipulate something tricky. So I figure out doorknobs and manage to I think it's more than figuring out doorknobs. I think I have like a sawzall, and I just saw through each of these hollow doors between us and where we want to go.
I love it. I am going to use cunning. And that is a 5. Cut something or tie something together. which is cunning and deft. So yeah, I am actually heading towards one of the. I know exactly where to go. I know where I'm going to find a window air conditioner in one of these big McMansions. I am headed towards one of the secondary bedrooms.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to head towards bedroom number 3 because I think that actually I'm going to head towards the loft because I think that the loft being a partially outdoor space is going to need a window unit because it's probably not connected to the central air. And so like that seems like that's going to be where we're going to find a window unit specifically. Nice. The trick is to figure out the room that's not connected to the indoors, and I think that's going to be the loft. Feels like the place that is probably most directly not connected to the rest of the house, because the rest of the house is going to have central air. But if a room is sort of like isolated on the outside, which I think a loft would be, that feels right. That feels like the right place to make my move.
Awesome. Looks like there's an art niche in there too. I'm not sure what art is there.
We'll find out. More stuff to steal. Okay.
My aim anyway is to get this microwave out of the wall and take it back to the ship. And we can hand wave the ship part unless it becomes interesting. But I'm going to do this in an inventive way. I got a 5, which is inventive. Build a Rube Goldberg machine to do a thing. So, yeah, I've got a bunch of sticks and like a boot on the end of one of them and a crowbar attached to like a bunch of wire hangers. And it's my appliance removal machine. And it works like a charm. The microwave's a little worse for wear and they're going to have to replace those cabinets. Because there's just a lot of splintering wood everywhere. But yeah.
That's the cost, right?
Are very 90s.
That's the cost.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. They shouldn't have had this big, beautiful house here if they didn't want somebody to come and steal everything from it.
Exactly.
So we got a microwave.
And I am going to steal this air conditioner in a very I intend on stealing this in a very stylish way. I don't succeed because I've insisted on tying things together. I intend on bringing the ship to me. So I kind of I intend on kind of like pulling on that rope and sort of whipping it around, but I forget that it's connected to those. I forget that it's still tied up in those power lines. So when I give it like a graceful tug, it catches fire and the entire rope comes off, and we're going to have to find a way to make it back onto the ship when it happens. And also, in that moment, I have the perfect card for this. All the lights come back on.
Oh,
the
neighborhood.
Yeah, all the lights in the neighborhood. I mean, the entire place is beaming, which means that all the golf carts in the neighborhood watch and the cops that watched us go by have all noticed that our street has become lit up like a Christmas tree, and we are directly now out in the open.
It's only a matter of time before they find us. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's great. I'm gonna, I'm gonna go for a dishwasher. I think we could use a dishwasher. This one's gonna be cunning, and it's 7. Invent something new out of trash, which is cunning, inventive, and YOLO. So that's perfect. I'm inventing just with parts I have around me, or I guess I'm taking things out of the kitchen I'm going to take the rollers off of the Lazy Susan cabinets and make this kind of like a dolly, and but it's motorized, and we use that to drive the dishwasher outside and then snag on a rope and somehow get it into the ship.
Love it.
Yeah, so we're doing great.
Well, if I've only got a few moments, I've still got to grab this air conditioner, but I've got to admit that I'm inclined to if I'm gonna make one grand exit, I kind of want people to notice that I'm stealing a great many things. So I'm gonna try and steal some of this modern sculpture art off of this art niche at the same time, and I'm gonna do that in a very stylish way. That is an 11. So I may not be doing it in a stylish way. No, 11's stylish. Get it over your head.
Okay.
I like this. I like this specifically because this feels good. This feels like exactly where Brisket Jack thrives, which is I think that when the lights come on, like suddenly there are eyes on Brisket Jack, right? There's a police helicopter overhead and the neighborhood watch is swarming, so like I've got the art under my arms and I am visibly surrounded by people, but I am making sure that it is known that my arms are full of art and valuable things that I intend on taking off to a junkyard.
The fame you've been seeking is yours.
I'm gonna walk away from this and I'm gonna be incredibly famous. Infamous, I would prefer, but
I think we need more wires and pulleys and wheels. So I think there's like a Nordic track in the living room. I'm gonna try to get. Well, I'll just roll. This one's YOLO. Got a 5, which is another Rube Goldberg machine. I guess I'm not done inventing stuff. So that's not YOLO. What have I got? I'm going to play this card. The vents are carrying sounds from the common rooms to the bedrooms. And so all this banging I'm doing with my Rube Goldberg trash removerator is just... It's carrying more noises to the bedroom, and it's only a matter of time before the residents wake up. We're on borrowed time here.
All right. Well, that means it's time to make. Between that and the eyes on me, it is time to make my exit. I'm going to do this in a deft way. That is a 3. That is not deft. I'm going to create a distraction, which is in fact both cunning and stylish. I thankfully the remnants of that rope are still in play. Like it is no longer tethered to the house and it's sort of just floating around, but I can sort of grab it and sort of swing. The only way I can describe it is swing the ship at the people down below. Which I guess puts us up to the next level of chaos or our problem track, unless I am mistaken.
Yes, that's right. So now the humans have woken up. They haven't found us yet, but but I mean, with all the renovations we've been doing to this house, it's kind of amazing.
I figure it was going to happen eventually.
They're probably distracted by the huge hole in their bedroom.
Yeah. They are now fully aware of what is happening. We have not yet. The panic is not yet set in, but swinging a ship at them. We should be aiming to make our exit as soon as possible.
Yes. I'm going to get back on the ship somehow in a cunning way, which is 5. I keep rolling 5s. This is another. I just went into this Rube Goldberg machine. I'm trying to kick myself up to the ship with the boot on the end of this stick, it kicks me up, but maybe not high enough. And so now the panic is set in. Mm-hmm. So they've seen us. We each get one last action, and as they chase us through the house, and the dog chases us through the house, and the kids wake up. So one last thing to wrap up the scene, and then and then we'll try to make our way out home.
All right. This is going to be a stylish escape. It is not a stylish escape because that is a 9 and that is cunning. So instead, I've invented a new machine out of trash.
Wow.
Turns out if you've knocked down a door and loaded up with some fancy art, you can make a really nice catapult, which will scare off some humans pretty nicely.
Oh yeah, excellent, beautiful. Okay, great. And I am going to be YOLO because it feels appropriate. I got a 3, which is cunning. Use trash for something clever. So I think I'm going to use all the wires and wheels in the Nordic track to. I'm gonna. I've looped them over part of the frame of the car, so I'm going to pull myself up, but that ends up pulling the dishwasher down, and I'm just going to drop it on them. So that's how I'm getting back up to the ship.
I love it, which means we segue into our final scene.
Yes. We're back to the disaster track we had for the ship. And it's your go.
All right.
So we gotta get that from the neighborhood's map. Gotta get back to the junkyard.
Got it. So we failed to get our air conditioner, which is tragic, but we're on our way back. We've gotten some other good trash. We'll ride another day.
That's right.
I think this time we are flying. Rather than take the same route, I think we're going to take a slightly different route and go through the upscale designer mall, and we're going to do that in a stylish way. And that is a 3. Is that stylish? 3.
It is.
Aha! It is stylish, creating a distraction. We hop onto the ship. Our ship has become a sort of an electrical, just a sort of really a flying EMP is the only way to describe it. We sort of fly over the mall, and every light in the mall turns on, and it becomes just a full on carnival ride, which just distracts everybody because an entire mall just turned on.
Yes, that's awesome. Like, maybe they have a carousel or something, just calliope music. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Okay. All right. The whole mall is on. Excellent. I'm going to get us a little further along in an inventive way. And that's a 12, which is make things worse. And I can't play a card to solve the 12. It's just bad. So, we are turning too many things on, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The sparks start.
Sure.
And, the electric current travels back through the air, through the Tesla coils, and just gives us a lot of feedback. And I think my fur just all puffs out.
Love it. And I am going to move us in a deft way. And that is 3, which is tragically not deft, which is a distraction. The distraction that I cause is I am going to play a card. Just adding to the chaos, I have here a card, a giant magnet in the ship's hold has accidentally turned on. What is it doing? Why was it even there in the first place? I think what it is we are now going up. And I think this is when it becomes apparent that first ship was a bit of a test drive for a new engine on our ship until sort of the project was shut down. But now we are going up and up and up.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so let's move ourselves along. Are we going to the supermarket or the
Let's go towards the supermarket.
Okay. All right. I'm going to try to take us through a shortcut through Possum Woods. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, I'm going to do it in a cunning way. That's a 4, which is YOLO. It's called Raccoon Rocket. So we're going. Let's see. I'm going to realize I have cards. I'm going to play. The ship starts flying upside down. So in my attempt to halt our vertical progress, I reverse the polarity of something, and it just flips the whole ship upside down, which I think means the Cadillac is not actually right side up. But we are in Possum Woods.
Love it. Which means I'm flying us towards the electrical substation, because I figure if we can just kind of get one good electrical push and bounce off of some electricity, we can get ourselves home. I'm going to roll in a cunning way. That is another 3, creating a distraction. There's a big old explosion at this electrical plant. A giant magnet and several giant Tesla coils just crashed over an electrical substation. There's a big old explosion. There are cars driving underneath us that are swirling out. There's a bit of a car wreck. It's a bit like a Blues Brothers style car wreck. The distraction is very, very big.
That's great. Yeah, they got bigger fish to fry than us.
Yeah,
we're just gonna get home with this microwave and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try to take us home. In a YOLO way, because what the hell? What the heck? That's a 12. Nope. Let's see. I already played a card, so I have to mark a problem, which is gears. Big piece of the ship falls out. Looks like it was probably important. I think that we're losing magnets and a Tesla coil to the electrical substation, where it's just, something had to give, and it turned out it was our ship. So big pieces are falling out and just sort of gluing themselves magnetically to the transformers and all the generators down there. But that's okay. It makes us lighter. So we're not home. That last one really has to be a helpful action.
All right.
So maybe you can take us home.
I'm going to take us home. I'm going to do it in a cunning. I'm going to do it in a stylish way.
And if you don't, we will explode. So it's fine.
All good. No all good. All good. Not great. The ship is exploding. The ship. Move yourself to the ship to a new place. You know, we've got a plan for moments like this. Vibrissa.
Oh yeah, the plan's somewhere around here.
This is actually the Brisket Jack special. Which is jump from the ship before we all explode. Have a great one.
The captain went down with the ship.
And by the time you get those words out, Brisket Jack is already gone.
I'm just standing here looking at my beautiful microwave, and a single tear rolls down my bandit masked cheek, and then I grab onto the axle of a Tesla coil as it blows itself off the ship, and I hope that somehow it will suspend me in midair before I hit the ground. I don't think that happens. I think I just drop, but since I'm a raccoon, I'm fine. We were so close. We almost made it home. The last scene of the game was going to be us talking about what we did with all the stuff we brought home, but since that didn't happen, let's see. Yeah, victory conditions 0 says you have nothing to show for your efforts except singed fur and the story of the one that got away. This outcome is well known to trash animals, and the whole junkyard listens sympathetically. For some reason, it never keeps you from trying again.
We've got, the name of the game. We're going to steal an air conditioner and a microwave, and we're going to make this junkyard look great. I believe Vibrissa has been working on a new ship for us, which I'm very excited to unveil. We are rounding up a crew. we are going to rob the Walmart. We are going to rob the Walmart, the big box store. We are going to steal an air conditioner. We are going to steal a microwave. Hell, we'll steal a TV as well. This is going to be the greatest mission that we've ever experienced. I really just need 4 to 6 of you who are willing to give us your time, your energy, sacrifice your joy for the mission. I think it's all going to be fine. This is the Brisket Jack promise.
Oh, that Brisket Jack promise. Yeah. Yes, I'm totally working on a ship. It's powered from dark energy. It'll be great. And some weird alien artifacts that I found around the junkyard. It'll be fine.
It's gonna be great. Wonderful. It's gonna be great. Aliens. Yeah. Who doesn't love aliens? And I think that's a game.
That's a game. Yeah. Wow, that went fast.
That's great. That was fun.
Awesome. I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
Oh, I loved it. I had an absolute blast. This was great from beginning to end. Real quick, thank you so much for playing. This was wonderful.
Thank you for playing. Yes, I'm so glad.
So real quick before we wrap up, where can people find you, your work, and anything else that you want them to find online?
Yeah, my website is hecticelectron.com. That's the name of my little one-person outfit. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at hecticelectron. And you can find this game either on my website or at Indie Press Revolution.
Hell yeah, love it. This game was so much fun. Thank you so much for playing with me. And for now, I'm going to throw it over to me in the future so that he can wrap up with the show. Take a future me. Thanks, past me. And thanks again to Chris for coming onto the show. That game was exactly what I wanted it to be. It was delightful. It was charming. It was fun. It was just absolutely perfect. Be sure to head to the show notes for your own copy of Raccoon Sky Pirates, and be sure to follow Chris on Twitter at Hectic Electron. Then while you're on Twitter, follow us at Party of One Pod, like the show on Facebook at facebook.com/partyofonepodcast. If you're enjoying the show, consider leaving us a nice review wherever you listen to podcasts, iTunes, Podchaser, Spotify, Podcast Addict. They all have review functionality, and I would like to have reviews on all of them. So review the show or leave us some love on social media, recommend the show to a friend, anything that helps the show find new audiences and helps us do bigger, better, and cooler things. Another thing you can do is support the show financially at patreon.com/JeffStormer or Ko-fi.com/JeffStormer. Or, if you're looking for even more delightful audio content, you can check out the other podcast I produce every single week, All My Fantasy Children, which is a character creation, storytelling, and world-building podcast on the One Shot Podcast Network, where my best friend, Aaron Catano-Saez, and I take a listener-submitted prompt, we spin it into an original fantasy character, and we populate a shared universe one story at a time. New episodes drop every Friday-ish at oneshotpodcast.com. The show is part of the One Shot Podcast Network. Party of One is produced and edited, as always, by Jeff Stormer and Jen Frank. All music for the show comes from the song Infinite Lives by Mega Ran featuring the D&D Sluggers, and the Party of One logo is by Evan Rowland. If you'd like to inquire about advertising rates, coming onto the show as a guest, or about press coverage of the show, you can email me at partyofonepodcast@gmail.com. And that's about it, so until next time, thank you so much for listening. Remember to fight the forces of fascism every single day. Remember that self-love and self-care are radical and defiant acts of resistance, and as always, party on, everybody.